This is a day in which you should be all thankful and grateful for the many blessings that we have been blessed with, you know. And if we take that approach in life, we would come to realize that excuse me, and taking that approach in life that we should always be grateful despite the situations we may go about finding ourselves in. Because in all things, there comes an end. Come to realize that in your life, that nothing stays the same. Everything in life is only for a moment in time. And with that moment in time, it's more about endurance, perseverance. These are some of the things that we must go about engaging ourselves in. And engaging ourselves in these things, it will allow us to see that no matter what's going on, everything is only temporary. And in being temporary, it's passing of time. All seasons come, all seasons go. Just like how the tree is going to go about bearing fruit, so too the tree will have no fruit to go about bearing. So all the swearing and all the jibber jabber and in that blaming circumstances for the way why situations is, it's only go about neglecting the path that you need to come to understand. And once you come to understand that you have to learn what life is all about, then it becomes easier. And when it becomes easier, it becomes bearable. So just know that even though you may not understand what's taking place right now in your life, by coming to grips and begging for understanding, it will help you to go about realizing some of the things that's going about taking place. I know at times it feels like as if though the hard times won't come to an end. It seems everlasting and that there's no end in sight. But hold on to the auspicious view that everything has an end. So, just like a story, it has a beginning, middle, and an end. Your story might just be starting. Some of you, your story might be ending. But it's what we go about taking away from what we're going through. That's the key. You see, the old wives' tale says, in the land of plenty, the fool still wants. Because he's only lacking and not gone about finding satisfaction in the thing that he has. And it goes by bringing me to this place in that in the abundance, so many of us are lacking. We're not practicing gratitude. We're not being thankful for the many blessings. Yes, we're quick to whine, complain, blame, and try to throw shame on others, but we're not quick to go about being grateful for some of the things we have. Our eyes is fixated on what other people have, as if though it goes about belonging to us. But like what I tell everybody, what's yours cannot be taken away. What you have been blessed with, nobody could ever go about taking that away from you. So just know, in order for you to go about getting it, you got to get up off your ass. And getting up off your ass requires you to make some sacrifices. And making some sacrifices, you're going to have to push yourself. Because too many of us don't want to be pushed. We tell ourselves we want to be great. We tell ourselves we will do what's required. But the moment we go about finding someone who is willing to go about pushing us, we become fatigued with the notion of thinking that this person doesn't want good for me. There will be a lot of people in your life, some good, some worthless. But the good people in your life will always come to go about challenging you, pushing you to become better than you could ever possibly envision yourself in being. Those are the good people. Those are the people that you need and be thankful for, that they have taken the time out to go about valuing you and looking for ways to help you to become better. Be thankful for those people. Do not give thanks for the people that tell you you got everything on lock. Because the secret to life is we all have something we got to work on. I don't care who it is. Everybody has a challenge. Everybody has gone about making mistakes that goes about defining us, you see. Because mistakes is only to show you that you don't know what you think you know. It's getting up is what is important after you go about making that mistake. Like, I know a lot of people, they are so stricken by shame that they do not go about putting forth effort, because we have become so engulfed in what other people are going to say about us, how they are going to go about perceiving us, and how they're going to go about treating us, that we do not even go about putting forth an effort. That's nothing to be thankful for, you see. So when you find people in your life that pushes you to become, like I had a teacher. I was in high school, and every day this dude would bring me extra work. He don't give it to nobody else. At first I was kind of like disturbed. I'm like, my man, the hell, you picking on me or some shit? What the hell is this about? He's like, you have a gift. I'm like, my man, I'm just here to do my work like everybody else and go about my business. But this dude wouldn't let up. Take the time out of his schedule to go about stuff just so that he could go about enlightening me in what kind of person I really was. And he needed me for me to go about realizing that. And at first, it was kind of bothersome because nobody wanted to be singled out, you see. But in singling me out, he wanted to show me that despite how you feel, despite how you think, you have potential that you're not going about applying yourself. It's not till years later that I went about reflecting and thinking about what that guy was trying to do. It turn go about doing the same thing. I try them to settle in life, for them to go about realizing their potential. And that's one of the grateful things that I'm really happy that I took that lesson and incorporated it in my day today. Because in order for us to be great, we must be challenged. We must be challenged in our concept of how we look at life. We must be challenged in our way of doing things, and we must be challenged by others. Because if we are not being challenged, we are not. We're just existing. So when you have people in your life that demanding more, they have gone by realizing their potential. About emancipating. We have to emancipate the way how we look at things. We have to go about freeing ourselves and from condition that this is a certain way of doing things. We must free ourselves. But in order for us to become free, we have to go about challenging ourselves. And that within itself lies the key. Because every experience is meant to go about enlightening you to a certain perspective. But prospectively done, a lot of us have fallen prisoner to certain perspectives. But within saying that, today's the day. Make it so, man, that you go about loving yourself. You go about loving the ones around you. Do not go about taking things for granted. Do not live in a viewpoint where you are just expecting life to be a certain way. Like I said earlier, don't nobody have to do anything. People choose to go about doing things in life. So the people who are going around encouraging you, uplifting you, today is the day. Make it today. Make it tomorrow. Make it today, every day that you go about engaging with these people, that you go about telling them thanks, that you go about expressing that gratitude. They're not asking you for the thanks, but it's just to show acknowledgement and realizing what these people mean to you in your life. We have to become grateful. We have many failures. We must not limit ourselves in believing that it's by our own strength. And there's people fighting, some unseen and some that are seen. The reason I go about saying the unseen is there's people in the backdrop fighting for you right now that you will never ever meet. There's people who are advocating just so that you go about making it in this world. There's people who will not stand by and letting others go about taking advantage of you. You see? Now, these are the people that you will never come to see. Because one thing about life, the point driven is that when you do something, do it from the heart. You don't need recognition in what you're doing, why you're doing it. The only thing that you need is conviction in anything that you go about doing. And these are the people who are driving, who are advocating on your behalf. When you meditate, let it be that you go about sending positive vibes out to these people. When you pray, send blessings out to these people. Because in order for you to make it, there's a circle around you. Because the story of Job teaches that the devil told God, if you take that hedge around you, I guarantee he gonna kill you. I guarantee, belay my last, I guarantee he gonna curse you. The devil wanted to kill Job, but his thing was, because he's protected, I can't do what I do. But you're no different from Job. There's people around you in your life who are going around praying for you, who are going out advocating for you. You too have a hedge. And that's the thing that we must be grateful for, because I know a lot of times we only see it from our perspective, because going back to the footprint prayer, he said at first I see two. And then it was only one. But because we become so fixated in thinking that we are the ones that are going around doing everything, we do not take time out to give thanks for the one who are going around advocating for us, for the ones who are going around stepping up, trying to make it better for us. Because we have not come to realize that life is bigger than us. And with life being bigger than us, we are limited in our concepts of understanding. And in order for a tree to grow, the seed could be planted, yes. But if that seed does not get water, it will perish. If the seed does not go about, if the tree does not go about getting sunlight, it cannot grow. You see? So the reason I go about using that analogy, in order for a tree to become what it's supposed to be, it needs help. And that's why I go about telling you, you are where you are because you were given help. You were given assistance. There to go about helping you. Don't ever come to the notion that you're doing everything by yourself. Everything starts and ends with you, yes. But yet at the same time, you have to come to understand that everything is dependent upon something else in life. Nothing stands alone. And come to know, come to go about accepting, okay, and knowing that life is viewed upon and skewed at energy that we partake in, energy that we go about exhibiting, energy that we go about accepting will in turn be our reward. Because we can't look at life and say, well, I'm going to do what I want and don't have to go about worrying about the consequences. Consequently, that for every action, there's an outcome. The laws of physics teaches, for every action, there's a reaction. So, watch how you're going around doing things. Watch how you're going around speaking. Be cautious in how you're going about treating others.